Hello and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg. My name is Greg Deckler, and today we're going to be continuing our exploration of Power BI theme generators. So far we've covered this one that does no longer exists, right? You can buy the domain name, Kerbal, right? Power BI.tips, Enterprise DNA. And so the next up on our list is themes.pbx by Point. Now, before we get into that, though, I did want to point out the themes gallery, right, um, within the Power BI community site. So on the community site, there is a theme gallery that you can go to, and it has like all these different themes that are out there. Um, and I even have one out here. I think it's called Dinosaur. There it is, right? So you can open up any one of these themes, and then they should have down at the bottom they should have a JSON file associated with it. So you can download the JSON file and then use that in your Power BI reports. This one obviously is a bunch of earth tones and that sort of thing, but themed gallery, pretty cool. And it seems like it's faster than the quick measures gallery. And I don't know why, because there's a ton more themes out there than there are quick measures. But again, just have to scroll down and grab the JSON file, download it, and away you go. Okay, so let's see. Back to themes.pbx by Point. I think if I remember right, this was a really good one, and I think might have like been one of my favorites back in the day. Let's see. It's cool, become more impressive, more comprehensive, right? Sports. I like Power BI. Okay, so Power BI tips didn't support icons. This one did. But you don't get a library of icons. You have to update your own icons. They fixed line breaks in the download. It's still 100% free to use. That was one of my things I loved about this is like you literally just click on it, use it, and away you go. So let's see if it still lives up to expectations. Okay, so we are in German, is what I'm looking at here. I thought there was a way that they had this in English. Okay, there we go. Which that is one of the I guess that is a feature. I didn't really list that in our Excel file in terms of multilingual and all of that sort of thing. And if you're wondering, I have updated this, right? And this is where we're at right now for Power BI.tips versus Enterprise DNA total points. So basically what we're doing is, there's a hidden column here that's multiplying these together. So if I unhide that, right? So 8 times 3 is 24, 7 times 4, right? So that's how the numbers, then you just add them up, right? So that's how the points are happening. And you can see, well, Power BI Tips has quite a few more points than Enterprise DNA. Just, well, this is a big one right here. It works. That's 45 points right there for Power BI Tips and just one for Enterprise DNA because of the issues with the JSON file. So we definitely have to test that as well. Let's see here. How to create a new theme by using right away or upload feedback. Okay, so we can upload a theme, right? Does that prompt us for anything? Nope. Can we upload like my theme 2 from this guy? Upload successful. Okay. And then yes, we have to like hover the icons for preview. Hover the icons for preview. Oh, okay, that's cool. It's a preview of what we're going to see when we go to the global level. Okay, this is similar to Enterprise DNA, it looks like, names and colors. Okay, they do have some kind of okay, they got a color, like, it's not just your basic, like I think Enterprise DNA really didn't, you just had to put in the hex codes and that sort of stuff. So they actually do have somewhat of a little color chooser here. That's kind of cool. And you can even, it's got a, oh, that's nice. I kind of like that. So if I hit this droplet thing, is it only so it's anything on the page where it is it's stuff I can actually pick stuff like this red here from my desktop. Very cool. So it actually works with I was on my other window and I could actually choose something on my other window. So that is kind of nifty. I like that. Not as cool necessarily as I could see that being useful though. Maybe not as cool as like the picture to generate a palette and that sort of thing, but very nifty. I like that. Okay, so now that I've changed something, now the download theme becomes available. That's cool. All right, so and one thing I didn't didn't point out necessarily between Enterprise DNA and Power BI Tips is Power BI Tips when it only exported the JSON file settings that you actually had modified, versus Enterprise DNA exported everything. I think that's maybe what's getting it in trouble a little bit. Minify output. What does that mean? Come on. Am I not being patient enough for what's going on here? Okay, it was minifying output result in unchecked properties not being downloaded with the theme. Okay, so they actually give you the option. You can either export all the settings or export only the ones that you've changed. Interesting. This is looking very cool. I think they've definitely done some improvements to this. Um, so here, okay, so let's see. Okay, let's talk about comprehensiveness. Um, does this expand all? Oh, that's cool. Collapse all. That's a nice feature too. Okay, so we've got they definitely have a bunch of stuff. Global level settings, optional global level settings. Choose an optional property. Interesting. Show only complex settings. Oh, there's their little carrot icon works. See, now I gotta try it. If I show only complex settings, not sure what that does. Um, Stacked bar chart, column chart, clustered bar chart, clustered column chart, 100%, 100%, 100%, line chart, area chart, stacked, line and stacked column chart, line and stacked column chart, ribbon chart, waterfall funnel, scatter pie, donut, tree map, map, field map, shape map, gauge card. So they doesn't look like they have the Azure map in here yet. Now the Azure map is out of preview. Like I wouldn't expect them to have preview cards. Um, the preview slicers. Oh, they do have the new slicer. Look at that. Um, so they have map, they have field map, they have shape map. Maybe there's nothing for Azure map. I don't know. But they don't have Azure map. But I know Power BI Tips had Azure map. So properties, go to Azure Map. Yeah, I mean, so it looks like Azure Map has properties that you can set for it. Um, so for whatever reason, that's not been added here that I can see. Let's see here. They got the KPI slicer, slicer new. They got the new slicer. They got the decomposition tree, and key influence, Q&A, paginated report, ArcGIS, Power Apps. Okay, so they have those, and then the Power BI Tips doesn't. Then they have metrics down here. Does this one have metrics? Don't see that it has metrics. So it's kind of so it's more so these guys are more along the lines of what Enterprise DNA has. Because Enterprise DNA is also missing the Azure Map visual, but has the ArcGIS and Power Apps versus Power BI Tips doesn't have ArcGIS and Power Apps, but has metrics and has the Azure card visual. So crazy. But they actually have the new slicer visual, and the new now that they say it's preview. That's not. I don't believe that's any. It's no longer preview, right? No, it's no longer preview. I didn't think that was preview anymore. That still says preview, but it's okay. They have buttons. They have images. They have shapes. I thought they had icons somewhere because I said in my review that they had icons. I don't see, unless it's somewhere in here, you can do icons. Buttons. Oh, there's icon. Show. Oh, that's whether the icon is shown or not. Default, blank, line color, custom. icon size. Well, what is the icon that's shown? That's the question. Oh, there's blank, left arrow, right arrow, clear all slicers information. So I don't see a way to allow you to actually have icons or upload your own icons, which I thought they had before, but maybe I'm just missing it. I don't know. Hmm. Okay, well, I mean, I don't think that's the end of the world, though. I mean, it's still pretty comprehensive, I would say. Image, we got our images, page navigator, bookmark navigator, same as. So yeah, I mean, so none of the tools have everything that I could see. Um, I'm looking, you know, again, the icons, I don't know if I'm just missing it somewhere. Icons. Oh, there's the icons. So they put it under the global level, and then account balance DNS. That these are there because those I uploaded the theme from the one that I did on Power BI tips. So if I want to upload icons, upload images, upload icon sets, I don't have any icon sets that I'm aware of, but okay, so they don't have the icons. Again, this was the same as before, where you could they supported icons, but you know, it wasn't as nice as what Power BI Tips has done because they didn't used to support icons. Now they support icons and they actually have the icon sets up there to choose from. And they've got a lot of pages. They have 33 pages of icons. It's crazy. Very cool. Okay, well, so it's a moment of truth here. Um, now that let's see, we're not going to minify the output. So I'm going to download the theme. Uh, let's put this one by point. Okay, so let's take a look and see how this looks. So 3KB, it's not minified. My theme was 2. So let's see, let's open this with Notepad. Okay, it's formatted. All right, bonus. I don't think it's necessarily 100% correctly formatted, but it is formatted. There are line breaks, and it's not just a long string of text. So we will take that as a win. But, and it wasn't minified, but it doesn't seem like it. What if I share feedback? Okay. If I minify the output. Point mini. Is it any smaller? It Oh, okay. So that was the minified one, was the 3KB. This is the unminified one. All right, duh, Greg. Okay, so this one has everything. Wow, more than the other one. Let's put it that way. All right, well, let's see if this no one moment of truth, right? We doesn't work because I wouldn't expect it to run into this kind of issue in terms of does it work or not, but we obviously did with the Enterprise DNA one. So what we need to do now is browse for themes, and let's try this one. File added successfully. That's good. Browse for themes. We'll do the mini one, which is actually the big one. File added successfully. Okay, so we're good with that. That's cool. All right, so I think we can start ranking this one now. Let's see here. Ease of use. I'm going to say 3. I don't know if it's as easy to use as the other ones, but I mean, it's solid. Color picking. Wow, color picking. I'd say it's not as good as Power BI tips. It's better than Enterprise DNA, right? So I don't know if I feel right giving a 4, but I don't feel right giving a 3, which I mean maybe we'll just do this. I mean, I'm not a big fan of using whole numbers, but you know, I don't know why that's a percent. Why is that a percent? I don't want it to be a percent. 3.5. Well, we're gonna give it 3.5. We're gonna put it right in the middle of Enterprise DNA and Power BI. I mean, I could drop the Enterprise DNA to a 2 and then give it a 3. But I don't feel that that's right either. I mean, Enterprise DNA has some really cool features like the eye, like being able to take an image and boom, it works and that sort of stuff. Okay, the JSON file. I'm gonna give it a. Why are these percents? These are not percents. Somehow, something has gotten in here where I want these to be format cells, general. Okay, there we go. All right, so something was messed up there. Preview. I did not see any kind of preview. Like, so when I have this, the minify output is off. Yes, okay, that makes sense. All right, so is there any kind of preview? I don't see one. Upload theme, download theme. We did try it. And you know what I'm kind of interested in? Kind of interested in whether or not it will accept, because Power BI obviously did not like Enterprise DNA's theme file. So what if I try to continue? Nope, it validated it as well. So no. Okay, that's good. It actually validates it. So nice. Very good. Okay, back to, but I don't see a preview. Like I can't see what this theme is going to look like before I, use it basically. So Power BI tips was a 2, a 1. Gonna have to give it a 1 because it just doesn't exist at all. Upload. We're gonna give it a full marks. We're gonna give it 5 because there's no paywall here, and it obviously uploaded and it validated. So very good. Online editing. Online editing, it doesn't exist. So comprehensiveness. And again, I'm gonna have to give it the same as Enterprise DNA and Power BI tips. It's not fully comprehensive, but it has icon support. It has, all of the same plus for Enterprise DNA, some, in terms of what you can set. Like it has page navigator and bookmark navigator. So I'd say it's on par with the other ones. All right, so saving does not exist. So there's no way to save this. So again, I don't think that's a big issue, and it works. Yes, we give it full marks for it working. So there you have it. So we're like themes by PBX by point is 3, 3.5, 5. Again, if I gave this 4, right? If I gave this a 4, then it would be right on par with Power BI.tips and stuff. I think that's fair in terms of I think it's on par. Now, the thing that I would think that is, I think this is a better scoring, to be honest. The color picking maybe is not quite as nice. Power BI Tips has some additional features, but it does have. I mean, I really like the that you have the little eyedropper thing, and then you can just go around and pick. And I don't think Power BI has anything like that. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's just you can kind of do this, whatever. That little eyedropper thing, that was cool. I love that feature in Paint. So I think this is a better scoring. Well, I have to get over to it. Because I mean, the thing is that yes, Power BI Tips has those features, but you know, some of them I gave it a solid 3 for saving, but it's behind a paywall. I mean, this doesn't have it, but there's 0 paywall here. Upload, I gave it a 3 versus full marks because it's behind a paywall. Online editing, okay, it exists, but it's behind a paywall. So I would think this is, again, I think in my previous, when I looked at this before, and I went down to the conclusions, right? Point was crazy in terms of, I think I gave it's a close call between the two, but Point really, there's 0 paywall. It's very much no fuss, no fuss. They don't even ask you to register, right? They don't even ask you like, hey, we want an email address or anything like that. And I've always found that really impressive about these guys, that it's so comprehensive, it's so full featured, right? Maybe not quite as pretty and that sort of stuff. Like they don't have, they have the icons over here, but they don't look like the Power BI icons and things like that. But super cool in terms of, and super comprehensive. It has all the features that I care about, and there's literally 0 fuss in terms of, hey, they're begging me for an email address or making me log in. There's no paywall and all that sort of thing. So big fan of this tool. There's no doubt about that. And I would think that I'd say basically, it really is basically, which, you can use either or. It comes down to what your preference is. So, all right, that is all for this video. The next one, we'll take a look at BIBB. And then I think I found some comments from people about coolers and some other stuff in terms of some plugins that people had made. So we'll probably take a look at those as well to round this out. And of course, if anybody has any comments on any theme generators that I've missed, always happy to take a look at those as well. So hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Have a good day.